Hello, hello. Welcome in. My name is Nicole. I'm with Nicole's Recycled Treasures. If you are seeing the red button, you are catching us on live. If you do not see a red button, you are catching me on a replay. Please hit hashtag replay. Let me know you are here. Stop in, say hello, and I will say hello back. I'm gonna wait for a couple of you to pop on, pull you up here. How's everybody doing this evening? Well, I hope. I'm with Nicole's Recycled Treasures. Oh, I should probably turn myself down, huh? Well, I hope. I'm with Nicole's Recycled Treasures. Oh, I should probably turn myself down, huh? How is everybody tonight? Hi, B. How are you? Hi, Otis. Hello. Otis wants to say hello to everybody, apparently. How are you? Hi, Becky. How you doing tonight? My dog's been very clingy today. He's driving me insane. I don't know what you want. How is everyone? Hi, Stacy. How are you? Did you get the dogs all settled? Hi, Monica. Welcome on. Thank you for stopping in. I'm going to I think, let you guys decide what I'm doing tonight because I have a couple things I keep throwing back and forth that I really want to do, and I don't know which one I want to do. I know. I saw that. But I figured I'd still pop in playing cards with your daughter. Good. I'm glad. Hey, Monica. Guys, I'm losing my voice and I'm not quite sure why. Oh, are you talking about Otis? My big lug over here. Stepping all over everything, literally underneath me, if you can hear that. Go lay down, Bubby. I'm not scratching the butt. So how is everybody? I'm freezing and I don't know why. It's not even that cold out here, but I'm also super tired, so I'm hoping. Oh, thank you. He is. He's a big old meathead is what we call him. Kitty Odie. No, Odie, get out of the bag. He knows I still have chocolate in my bag, so he's going after it, and he's not getting it. I think that's the only reason he's hanging out in here. I'm not quite sure what he's all attached to me for. Everybody says hi, Otis. Go lay down, Bubby. Or you can sit there, too. That's great. Yes. Stacy brought hers over. I was definitely crying today. Rio, that's a cute name. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, if I lose my voice, I'm sorry. I think it is Odie. We call him Odie. I'm exhausted today, too, and I'm praying I'm not coming down with what everybody else is coming down with. So, because that's going to be, he is a photo bomber, yes, because that's going to be no fun. So, you guys all know, some of you were with me when I went in, but I found this, hi Kay, how are you? Flatback angel. And I got this at the thrift store a few days ago. I should probably take this back off. Me and my price tags, I never take them off. I'm horrible with it. My husband's always yelling at me, stop putting pictures upside down. Take the price tags off. I'm horrible with it. Anyhow, so I have this gorgeous silver tray. This is a heavy one that I also got at a thrift store. Hi, Angel. How are you? So you can put it up this way, sideways. It's a really, really nice one. Hi, Kim. How are you? So what I'm thinking is, I was going to do one of two things. So I was going to do Marilyn, but I think I want to find a different tray for this Marilyn picture. I was going to put her in there, but thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Patty. How are you? My sister never removes tags either. But what my then I change my mind. Because this is what I do, you guys. I never stay. Hi there. How are you? I haven't seen you in forever. Liz, I'm sorry. It took me a hot minute. So, but, and I keep looking back at this angel. Hopefully see me. I see you, Patty. I see you up there. So, I love this paper. This is from Decoupage Queen. Now, I was thinking I want to use this as a backdrop to kind of stick this in. And we're just going to place this paper onto this tray. I was also kind of looking at the squares. Well, welcome, GSB Crafty Creations. Thank you for stopping in. I also have the check paper from Decoupage Queen that I thought about putting in there. It would look really cute with these angels. But I think I want to keep some of this tray, this silver. So, well, we're going to keep some of this natural color, and then we're going to go around here and accent in silver. Hi, Gloria. How are you? Thank you for stopping in. So the first thing I got to do either way is slick stick the background of this, and then get some paint on it. So let's get that started. And then while that's drying, I got to show you, I love the, I do too. I love that check one, but I got to start putting oil on my lids because I can't get them open anymore. I guess there's a trick, put olive oil or baby oil or something on your lids. I'm going to have to start doing that. So we just want to do the inside of this because what I'm thinking is I want to leave this tray the natural color on the outside. Thanks, Kim. I'm sure it was, I know it was a thrift store find. I'm telling you guys, I get everything at the thrift store. Thrift store, Goodwill. I know it might not be everybody's thing, but it definitely works for me. And I'm one of those that if it's not half off, I'm not buying it. Unless it's something I really, really, really have to have. And those of you that have been in a thrift store with me and heard me go, know that, you know, it's coming home with me either way. So I was going to work on Santa, but I'm like, let's change it up and do something different. Or maybe we can work on Santa tomorrow. I don't know if you guys can see him. I did do some of the gold scroll on him. And I did find paper for the lettering on that scroll. It wasn't the one I wanted, so I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is swing by Hobby Lobby again and hope that they restocked the paper that they're out of. If not, then I'm going to stop by Joann's and Michael's, since they're right next to each other, and see if they have one that's a little older looking, because the scroll that I got with the scroll writing, it's pretty, it's just not the one that I was picturing. I love getting clothes from, yeah, you gotta be, I don't know, I'm always in the mood for the thrift store, so that's not usually an issue for me. But as far as looking through clothes, if I'm only in there to kind of scan through and see if there's anything for crafting, I gotta be in the mood to look for clothes. So I was at work today and I'm like, I wasn't feeling it. I was exhausted. I end up with friends at home. So we're just gonna get some slick stick on the bottom of this, and then we're gonna go over it with a white paint so we can get that paper down. And like I said, I just wanted to do the very bottom of it. Just where we're gonna put that paper down. I always lose my lids. I end up with friends too from the thrift store, Kim. It's not just you. I'm gonna put a dryer on that. I wanna show you this. I got this frame, so we were laughing because it's a Mona Lisa frame. And me and my husband were just laughing. He's like, I'm gonna guess that that's not really a Mona Lisa. And I'm like, I hope not. All these years of trying to get rich, and it would be one heck of a find at a thrift store. But I'm in love with the frame that it came in. So I want to show you guys this frame. So it's drop dead gorgeous. And I think I have a large enough print that I want to work with in it. So I have this thing's huge, guys. So this is the one I found at the thrift store the other day. Look, it's a big one. I get to hide behind it. I'm sneaking in through the garage. So I just want to show you like the outside of this frame without knocking everything in my room over. I love this. I mean, it is an older frame. It's got that, it's wood. So I'm in love with it. It was $6.99. I actually, honestly, I wouldn't have cared how much it was. It was coming home with me because this is the kind of stuff I love. So I think I have a beautiful print that's going to be going in there. I've been searching for a frame like this for a specific project I've been wanting to do. So hopefully it fits. I haven't tried it yet. Well, I have this gorgeous print that I ordered a while back. And I think we're going to stick it in there. If I could find my heat gun, there it is. Guys, everything's under my desk. Thank you, B. So I know some of you are going to be popping in and out because there is an event going on. That's okay. I forgot all about it. Well, I didn't forget about it. I saw it. But I didn't think about it when I decided, well, we're going to do today too. Because I decided I was going to add a couple more days. Just to try to kind of build the page up a little bit. So we're adding a couple more days in. I usually do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but you're still here. Thank you, Becky. Hi, Ash. How are you, honey? I saw you were messaging me. Sorry. I forgot to put Do Not Disturb on. So I had to click you off. So we're going to put some white paint down there so we can put that paper on. And I'm not even going to paint over these angels. I am just going to put the dark wax on them. And then I have the coolest. So guys, we're gonna stick this right in this, don't be sorry, right in the center of that little basket those angels are holding, just to give it a little pop. So we gotta make something shiny, right? Thank you for the hearts, guys. So what have you been all up to? Monica, I know you've been playing in your room all day. I'm sure most of you have been working. Hi, Mary. How are you? Welcome in. We're just putting some paint on this tray right now. I'm trying to get that dry, so we're going to put some decoupage paper in here. Well, hello, Jeannie from Rose House. How are you? You did awesome yesterday, by the way. Hi, Kathy. How are you? I was so excited for you. I did not see what you got today. Kim? No, you're so sweet. I was so excited for you. I was like a little kid watching her. I'm like, look at her. I was trying not to say too much. Didn't want to embarrass you. You did great, girl. I don't know that I would have did that. Did you really? That's so cool. Are you so excited, Kim? Oh, you're hilarious, Kathy. I saw you today. You did good. Was that your first one, Kathy? I was at work when you were on, but I did catch it on a replay. I am. So I got time. That's so cool, Kim. I like them. I can't say I'm the biggest fan, but I know you love them. Guys, I'm so sorry. My voice is going in and out. I apologize. Jeannie, you like them too? I think we're pretty dry. So we're gonna lay this paper down. So of course it's bigger than, I think we're gonna wax this paper too to kind of darken it up and age it a little bit. But, so what I wanna do here is, listen, we all know I have my own, what's the phrase? One method of madness going on here. I don't do anything in the norm. Should probably try to save as much of this as I can. I don't think we're saving too much of it. Everything I do is kind of out of the box here, guys. So this is just how I kind of know how to fit the paper in. I just take the edge of a brush and push along where I want it. I should say take the opposite side of the brush. And I kind of make a little line. And of course we're going to put something around this to add a little sparkle to it. And then we're just going to tear along this. It is beautiful paper. It's from done a couple others, and it was like my mind went blank to set it all up. I remember you messaged me today. The comments appeared on my phone but not on my laptop. That's the least of my issues. Well, I think you did good. You seemed comfortable, so that's all that matters. I love the paper too. So it's from Decoupage Queen. It's their new one. It's the winter. Listen, I can never say the word damask. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. I say damask. So like I said, I was originally going to do a Maryland tray, but I think I'm going to find one a tiny bit smaller than this tray to do that Maryland in, because I kind of want that perfect line for her. I have like a vision for it, and y'all know I don't do it unless I really, the vision comes out right. So that's why you won't really see me say too much about what I'm doing, because I have a tendency to be like, oh, this is what we're doing tonight. And then I get here about 15 minutes before I'm ready to go live and go, no. Monica witnessed that herself. I don't know how you ladies do it. I'd have a panic attack. Well, if you go back and watch my first few videos, you can actually see me physically have a panic attack just on my face. Trust me. And sometimes I still have them. Hi, Jenny. How are you? I laugh because everybody's like, oh, you're so comfortable. I'm like, you feel my heartbeat? Oh, Lord, I shouldn't have said that, Kim. Don't laugh too hard. First one, I had no, first two, Monica, first two? First three? I don't know. There was no sound in my phone, so I was so upset. And my husband ran out and got me a new phone right away. I'm not one of those that gets, yeah, you keep laughing. I'm not one of those that is very technology savvy, I guess you could say. And listen, I'll use that same, I'd still be using a bag phone if it worked. Went to my local Goodwill, found nothing. You are, girl, you are like so easygoing and confident. You're funny. Listen, I'm sure you were nervous last night, but it didn't show. And you did amazing. So, sure, the way you felt is how I feel every time I pop on here. So, it does get easier, I'm not going to lie. Especially when you meet, you know, I've met so many great people on here. So, you guys do make it a lot easier. And I appreciate that. Guys, we're 24 away from hitting 1,500. You were fine. You really, I mean, it's an hour event. I don't even know how I would act in that hour event. So I want to do one so bad. I'm going on my live stream with Decoupage Queen on Saturday. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm terrified. Thank you, Becky. Especially considering it's Decoupage Queen. But you gotta throw yourself out there, right? I mean, that's how you gotta do it. Plus, I mean, and I'm just absolutely honored to have been asked, so. I was like, I know I can't say no, but oh my God. I don't know if I can say yes. All right, so we just tear that. And I just used water on a paintbrush, and it's rice paper, so it comes off beautifully. And you can tear and play with it so you get the size you want. I just kind of do, you want to make sure you have a white base under rice paper, otherwise it doesn't show. Yes, Otis is here. So it'll be live streamed here and on Decoupage Queen's page, and it's at 3 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time, on Saturday. So I already put my request in. I'm like, listen, told my job, I gotta leave I need to be off the floor at 10:30 so I can leave. Because I need to come home, prepare. You always sound like talk fast when you listen to yourself. I have to listen to recordings of myself at work. Right, and it doesn't. So Jeannie, it didn't sound like that. I still can't watch my own live, so I don't know how I sound, and I figured y'all keep coming back. So either you're coming back because you're laughing at me, or you're coming back because you like being here. So thank you. So this is what the paper is going to look like inside of this tray. And we are going to I'm going to wrap something around the edge of this, so we're going to hide this edging, or we may keep it natural depending on how the wax looks on it. Because I kind of like, this is a big piece, but this isn't going to go. So what I'm thinking I want with this, so we're going to antique wax this. I'm not even painting over this. I'm going to antique wax it. And we're going to, ooh, it's very heavy. So we're going to have to use a lot of, oh, thank you. And here was me thinking I sounded nervous. This is a heavy piece. You won't ever do one again, Nicole. Exactly, Kim. I'm getting better. I am, like, I'll kind of do tidbits, but I when I say tidbits, I'm like, I hear myself say, hello, and then I jump right off. So we're going to stick that right there. You guys kind of see where we're going with this. I'm going to antique wax this angel out. We're going to get this decoupage down first. Hi, Sharon Panetta. Welcome. Thank you for popping in. Feel free to say hello. Let me know where you're from, how you found us. I'm hoping it's going to be what I want it to be. So, like I said, we're just going to lay this down. We're going to pop this in here. And then we're going to go with the natural flow of this and add some color in here. So, but let's pop this down into here with some Mod Podge first. I'm going to tear a couple of these edges here off. I love, love, love working with rice paper. Aw, you're sweet, Mary. Thank you. I'm so glad you guys enjoy it and that you found me. Hello, Lavina. How are you? Thank you for coming in. All right. I have Mod Podge everywhere. It doesn't want to come out, guys. It's all right. Oh, well, see, this is what happens. It's all right. It's just some Mod Podge. Stick it back in the bottle. Don't do as I do, guys. See, I can be a hot mess too. At least it wasn't gold leaf. Hello, Kathy. How are you? Thanks for popping in. All right. I just had Mod Podge spill everywhere, but that's all right. So I'm just going to lay the Mod Podge down here, and then we're going to put the rice paper down. At least we know the rice paper is going to stick, because there is plenty of that down. Don't do it again, Nicole. So we'll stick this on here and let it dry. And then we'll work on this piece we're putting in the middle. So rice paper is super forgiving as opposed to a napkin. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate it. I was saying before, so we're only 24, I think, away from hitting 1,500. I'm so excited and just honored to be there. So I appreciate you guys sprinkling me out. And how cool would that be to hit that, and you know, by the end of the week? That would be awesome. I didn't think that's where I'd be at this point, but you guys are amazing. Sprinkling is another word for S-H-A-R-E because how do I say it without saying it? They just don't like us saying the S-H-A-R-E word. guys, my lid for my Mod Podge is clogged up. That's why I'm pouring it on here. So we're just going to Mod Podge this down. We're going to put the top coating on. No one said I was a neat crafter. I'm a hot mess, actually. We'll give this time to dry. Yeah, something like that, Kim. I had a little piece float around. Trying to find my baby wipes. We're gonna hit this with a dryer for just a second. Hello, Wendy. Thank you for popping in. Feel free to say hello. Let me know where you're from. How you found us. I'm doing a tray makeover right now. Wipe any funk off of here. Yes. Thank you, Jeannie. I don't know, Kathy. Sometimes right, yeah, we're not supposed to use the word, guys. Splinters in my hand all the time from work. Hi, Kathy. How are you? So I'm just going to put some heat on here to kind of help it dry faster. And that'll dry nice and clear. So what I want to do is put a lid on my Mod Podge because we all know I'm going to spill it, right? We're going to throw some wax into these angels. I need new chip brushes, guys. And I'm just going to use, Justin always said in crafting, there's always a fix. There, yes, there is. Listen, I figure if you mess it up, just throw some bling on it, right? Hi, Marsha. How are you? Thank you for popping in. So we are going to just throw a ton of dark wax on here. Like I said, I'm not painting this because I kind of like the way it was, and I want it kind of really grungy. Because we all know that's... Hi, Britt. How are you, honey? So I'm not going to put wax on this one part only because I have a plan for it, and the glue won't stick if I put the wax on it. So just remember, sometimes your glue won't stick if you have wax. And I really want that piece right in the middle that's going to give it kind of an oomph. And these are all thrift store finds except for the decoupage paper. As I'm doing it, you guys yell at me if I'm doing it off of the camera. Can't see what I'm doing if I'm not on the camera. Hi, Lisa. How are you? I'm going to bring you guys down a little bit so you can see what's going on. Not staring at me the whole time. I feel like my house is so quiet. My husband's gone. He went to bowling with my daughter. It's weird how, you know, one person gone can make the house seem quiet. This brush is shedding like crazy on me. It's leaving little hairs all over the place. So I use the Dark Wax by Bear. It just is my favorite. See, I told you it's time for new brushes. My brushes are shedding all over the place. So you want to get along the edges because you're going to see this. You're going to see the edges on this tray. So always make sure whatever you do, you're getting along the edges of everything because you don't want it to look out of sorts. And like I said, I am not putting wax here because we're actually sticking something really fun right there. And then you just wipe this off with paper towels or baby wipes, depending on how dark or light you want it. The baby wipes will take more off. And what this wax does, let me get a little more in the head here, is it brings out all the details of everything on these pieces. And it just darkens it up and gives it that old vintagey look. Usually when I do their faces, I like to take more off of their face and just leave it in their eyes and their nose. See how it just kind of grunges it up? And when this paper dries, we're going to do a little bit of that onto this paper too. And just keep moving your paper towel around, getting into all the cracks, all the crevices. Jeannie, did your daughter see where I told her I thought she was coming to see me when she asked what she's getting for Christmas? There were so many comments going through, I didn't. And I kept having to pop off and pop back on. She needs to come be here. Thank you, Marcia. You should get endorsements from the baby wipe companies, right? For baby wipes and paper towels, I go through so many. Aw, she's so sweet. She seems so fun. I adopt everybody's kids, so just a heads up. And I'm sure anybody on here that knows me is going to tell you the same thing. So she is welcome anytime. It went good, Marcia. We were talking about it the other day. It was a little chaotic. Just a lot of people, very small rooms. You know, if you're claustrophobic, it was a bit much. I had a few people come see me and they literally got what they wanted and ran. It was good. It was just, she seems so awesome. Like I said, it was just a little bit of chaos, but it was good. You know, it's an old house, an old historical house, scary stairs. Yes, it was like one-way lane up and down the stairs. So if you needed to go up, you had to wait for everybody to come down and hope that halfway up you know, weren't running into somebody that wanted to come down in a hurry. Place is beautiful. It's just a lot for a show like that. So we darken that all up, and you can see how it just brought all the detail out and everything, rather than just that white. But guys, I think what I want to do is we are going to not break the frame, number one. So what I really want to do is take that off, because I think this is actually, my hands don't want to work. So what my plan is here, I want to stick this right in the middle. It's like a little mirror. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and it's just been sitting here waiting for the right thing. And we're gonna stick that in there once we glue it onto the tray. So this is literally gonna sit right in the middle. Let me miss some of this wax. As much as I love it, you gotta make sure you rub some of it off, because you don't want just the big old globs, then it looks silly. Okay, that's better. So like I said, this is what we're going with. It's gonna be the thought process. So it's gonna go in there. That piece is gonna go on top. Let's put a little bit of wax. We're gonna go around the angels with the wax. So I don't want to put it where I'm gonna put the angels, because I want to make sure that the glue I use is going to stick. But I want to dirty this paper up just a little bit, just to kind of blend in. I love the paper. I just want it to all kind of mesh together. And you can rub that off the paper as well. So you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell, but see how it's like really bright in the middle? And then you can see just the wax. Somebody else pop in here. Michelle Moore, if you're in here, welcome. Thank you for coming on. I didn't see it pop in yet, but if you're new, don't be scared to say hello. Let me know where you're from, how you found us. We'd love to have you come hang out. Now I'm seeing all the wax on the edges here. So we're gonna glue that down once we figure out what we're gonna do with this tray. So my theory was, I wanted to kind of bring a black metallic and go with the flow of the edges of this, and maybe, do we do silver? Hello, some more love. Thank you for popping on. Welcome. So what do we think? Do we think we should do like a metallic black? So I'm thinking, let's go metallic black, because what I think we're going to do with the outside of this, just like with the angel's hair, because you see how ornate that is? I think we're going to rub and buff that all out. But if we keep the tray natural, we can do black and then natural and keep some of the natural color of the tray. So that's what so if we start here, 1, 2, 3, What do we think? Black and leave the natural color? And then just, I think that's what we're doing. Okay. I said, I don't always have a plan. I kind of go with the flow. Worst case scenario, we paint the whole thing, right? So let's try this. Do I have a cleaner dish? That sounds like black. Black, yes. Okay, we're going black. Guys, I need new. I should have brought a plate in here. So where did I say we were doing this? Or if I follow this, no, I kind of want to leave that. All right, we're going for it, guys. It's kind of going to be, it's not a check per se. I'm going to have to add some regular black. Or we'll be here for hours painting. So we're going to do a mix of the Folk Art Metallic and then I used the multi-surface, the licorice, and then the Folk Art Metallic. I love adding the metallic black to every black I use. I just like the color it makes. I don't know, it's me. Kind of gives it a different vibe. And it's a silver tray, so why not? Much better. So we're just going to go where this curve naturally goes on this tray. And follow that line. We have another one over here. Kim, did you finish your Christmas shopping? Thank you, Carolina girl. What is your name? Just so I can try. I have a lot of you down now. If you notice, I said hello, Kathy. And we'll go over that twice. And then we will actually bring gold into this black area as well. So tomorrow is Blessing Bag Thursday. So for those of you that are new here, if you pop in on Thursdays and you hang out with us, towards the end of my live, what I do is I pick one winner for a blessing bag, which is a piece of beautiful jewelry that just has an inspirational quote on it. So anybody that's on here can tell you if they've received theirs and they've loved them. My friend Monica, who's on here, is with Team BFF, and you'll see me share her page from time to time on my page as well. It was actually her idea, and she gives them out. She's super sweet, and she just gives them out to like her servers and so forth. And I know a lot of people on here know what I'm talking about, and they've heard me talk about it before, but I love telling all my new viewers. So just as a thank you for everybody coming in, I asked her, can I steal your idea? And she's like, girl, use it. So I didn't steal it, it's her. But she puts blessing bags together for me, and it's just a random piece of jewelry. I don't pick it out specifically for anybody, and they're all beautiful. And what I tell people is that even if you don't like them for whatever reason, I don't know, I love all mine, you can give it out as a gift, give it out to somebody, you know, you're out at a grocery store, cashier, anybody, it looks like they're having a rough day. We just give it to them and tell them to have a wonderful day, and watch, you know, somebody light up with a smile. I've done it. Sent you more. You did. Thank you. Thank you guys for sprinkling. I appreciate it. So you kind of see where I'm going. I'm going to put another one on here. So see how that just added a totally different look? Hello, Mima's Market. Thank you for popping on. How are you? The Santa is not done. I was going to do the Santa today, and I'm like, let's do something different. So I will, if you guys want to see Santa get done, I can work on Santa tomorrow. I actually wanted to, I found paper that I wanted to use for his little list, and I'm fine with using what I have. There was a different one I had in mind, though. So I'm going to go back tomorrow after I get out of work real quick and run up to Hobby Lobby and see if they got it back in stock. If not, I'm going to check Michael's or Joann's and see what they have, if it's, you know, if they have one very similar. If not, we'll use what we have. That was the only one of the reasons I wasn't doing Santa today. So, but I can bring him out here while we're waiting for this to dry once I finish this and show you what I did. As far as the list goes, or his list, I finished the antique rub and buff painting on it. Oh, good for you. Are you going live here soon, hon? I know there's a bunch of them because there's an event today, so I watched some of them. I try to get on everybody's and at least pop in, say hello, show some love. I get it's hard to watch all of us, but I do pop in to show support. Hello, Miss Jenny. Thank you for coming in. I got 18 of you on right now. Thank you guys so much. I got 2 more here. I'll go grab Santa for you and show you what we did. And then if you girls want, girls and guys, I can go tomorrow and we can finish, I think we can finish Santa. I think I decided we're going to give him a red cape. Thank you for the hearts, guys. I appreciate it more than you know. We are going to add kind of a gold drag onto here, and then we're going to do the edges of this in that gold rub and buff. So and I wanted to keep some of this tray. I may go all the way down with those that black. So that's where we're at so far. And then for those of you that just popped on, we're sticking this dead center. So we got these angels that we're sticking in. We are putting this right in the center of the angel. It's gonna be pretty. Oh no, don't want to lose you. Mima's Market, me too. Just learning about lives. I have a craft show. Oh, how fun. I just had one Sunday. How many a week do you think, how many hours a week do you spend crafting? That is a loaded question. Ooh, or vintage dish. Yes, it's an old silver tray. So this is actually one of those really heavy ones. I got this one at Goodwill, actually. So let me grab Santa real quick. So this is where we're at with the Santa hat. So he looks brighter on there than he actually is. Let's move the tray over. So that hat actually looks brighter than it is. But instead of the gold leaf, I used the gold rub and buff. So there's his feather. And that looks a lot brighter on here than it actually is too. So here, let me see if I can get a more realistic, because this light is very bright. Okay, that's probably more realistic. So you see how that just kind of, it looks super shiny, but if you're looking at them, it's really not. There you go. So that's kind of more realistic of what his gold is. So I'm thinking we are going to do that red, and I still want to wax the top of this a little bit to darken it up. And then I think we are going to do the red cape. So we're going to do the red cape. And like I said, all this white trim that's here that we antiqued out is going to be diamond dusted. So his beard, the top of his hat, his little hat poof, and the cups of his sleeves are all going to be diamond dusted. His face and hands are just going to be natural as well. But I did get the paper, so I didn't finish the front of his scroll, because what I think I'm going to do is soak the paper in water and kind of get it to melt into this. I don't know how to explain that. So we're going to play with it. If you guys want to do this tomorrow, we'll do this tomorrow on my live. So I'm here same time tomorrow as well. And we're going to try to get, like, it's not a legible scroll. It's like that old school writing. And I just want to put just a piece here so that it looks like he's writing on it. That red cape is a good idea. I do love him too. And I like him too. So we've done 2 lives with him already. And I'm like, oh, people are going to get so tired of Santa. So let's do something different. So I did the tray tonight. But, so yeah, we'll finish him tomorrow. I have a lot of ideas. And then I'm like, oh, I hope I get that paint mix right. Because that's 4 different paints I use to mix that, to get that color on his hat. Santa stay. That would be epic fail if he fell right now. I would probably cry. Thank you. I love him. So there is, if you go on my page, I don't know, how do I brighten you back up? If you go on my page, there is a before picture of him as well. So you can go ahead and look at the before picture. Looks like we might have to go over this with more black. This dries pretty fast though. I do not have the steadiest hands. So his before picture was, I mean, he's beautiful even before, but I wanted that, so those of you that didn't see him from the beginning, I wanted that old Saint Nick look, like that old vintage kind of Santa look going on. And I've had him forever. I found him at Goodwill this past summer, and I've been wanting to do him forever. And I was scared to death to do him. Like, I'm gonna ruin him. But I think he's coming out kind of cool. And like I said before, when we first started him and I put that first paint streak on him, it's just paint. We can do it again. So steady. Do you see? I don't have steady hands whatsoever. Ask anybody that I pour coffee for, trust me. They're not so steady. Yes, you can. I love these trays. I use them for everything. He was a great find. I was literally, long story short, because a few of you guys have already heard it. We were at, my husband was having a procedure this summer. It was either June or July, I don't remember. And me and my son were like, well, we got time to kill. Let's go to Goodwill, because it was right down the road. I didn't have my money on me. Grabbed a couple things, stopped dead in my tracks, saw Santa, and did everything under the sun to get my son to buy him for me. I put all the other stuff back, and I was like, please, please, please. I laughed because I said if it was a restaurant, I would have begged to wash dishes just to get them. One way or another, I was getting them. Am I the only one? Have you ever gone into a Goodwill and saw something and realized, oh, I gotta have that, but I don't have enough money on me? And then you hide it behind stuff and come back? Don't tell anybody I do that. That's what I was gonna do with him, but he was very big to try to hide. Do we like that black? Just the black? So I'm thinking, should we bring the black down in? I think we bring the black down. Maybe? Nicole, what? All right. I think we're not going to bring the black down. I think what I'm going to do, we're going to line that with, bring it down. Now you tell me bring it down. All right. We'll bring it down. I have more brushes. We good. I got the paint out, right? All right. Bringing it down. We're going to line this with gold too, I think. Do we like it coming down? I guess you can't see it that direction. Nicole, hold it the other way, you bozo. Listen, I have no concept of what angle I'm at right now. Somebody help. What's wrong with my brain? Can we see it? Can we see it? Am I making you dizzy? Well, it's done, so we brought it down. We can't unbring it down. It's okay. Trying to do this so you can see it without getting paint on myself. Hello, Robin. How are you? Thank you for stopping in. I'm not working on the Santa today. I did just show him though, so we'll be finishing him tomorrow. I'm working on this tray right now that we have a few pieces we're sticking in here. There's no undoing it. It's done, Kim. So y'all, if we don't like it, we're blaming Kim. I like it. It's all good, Kim. I decided to leave some of this tray as is. Oh, guys, I think I have the perfect, there goes my brain working again, outline for this. You know what happens when I get an idea in my head? We're all in trouble. I love that paper. I'm about to do a piece of furniture in it. Yes, I'm dying to do a dresser right now. I need to find me a dresser. So any of you locally around here that love going thrifting or Goodwilling or antiquing, I am in desperate search of a dresser that looks curvy. All right, B, you go have a good dinner. Thank you for popping in with us. I need to do my Maryland dresser. It's like killing me. I've been wanting to do it for 2 years now. And I kick myself because I found the dresser. It was a very beat up dresser though. It was going to need a lot of repair and work, but it was $60. And I'm sure I could have talked them down to even less. And it was at an antique store out here. My husband would have had to repair the drawers and so forth, but it had that perfect curve that I wanted. I don't want anything square. I want a perfect curved, like the edges curved. Listen, I say it's like a sexy dresser. That's what I call it, if I'm allowed to say that. So, if I'm not, we'll find out, right? So I'm looking for a dresser to do Marilyn in. Have you looked at the habit? I have. I go all the time. The problem is I usually work. So on the days when that's, you know, that place can turn into a madhouse. By the time I get out of work, when they first open for their weekend thing, I miss all the good stuff. Because I also want one of those super, most of you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm wanting one of those vanities, like the old school vanities. Because I was originally going to do that in Maryland, but I need a dresser in this room that's big, but not too big. It's got to be at least a little bit bigger than the one behind me. And, hi, Jeannie. And I want to do the dresser all in Maryland. Because, of course, this is my Maryland room. So that's just going to tie everything together. As soon as I find it, though, I'm not passing up the next one. I don't care if I got to carry that thing on my back all the way home. With the higher sides and oval mirror. I do not, thank you, Jenny. I do not like the oval mirrors. So my friend Cheryl, who's on here all the time, she has one that I absolutely love. I'll have to get a picture and post it. So those of you that are local to me know what I'm looking for. Because I will run out there and grab it. I do want the one with the higher sides, yes, but it's not going to be, so for the vanity, I don't want the one with the oval mirror. We all know I'm picky. I don't do oval, not in my house. Like, I don't know, I don't like the way the oval one looks, as I'm working on an oval tray, right? I want the one with the bigger mirror, and not the circle. Do you ever watch White Barn Resale? They're on Facebook. Tuesday and Thursday, they're out of Chardon. They have a wide variety of items. Schoolhouse said, but just some of the old dressing tables, but they painted, but you could do you. Yeah, so Schoolhouse Salvage is no longer out here. They're in Chagrin Falls. They closed their Menor location. They did have a vanity I wanted. And it was like that. They painted it that chippy, chalky blue, which is fine. I can redo anything, you know what I mean? That's kind of what we're gonna do anyway. But it was a lot pricier than I wanted because it's something that was already done. All right, Robin, you have a good night, darling. Thank you for coming on. So for me to, you know, pay for that and then redo it, I would just, and I know they don't come cheap. I get that. But I was paying for it already being done. All right. So we're striped all the way around. Okay. Let's get rid of the black before I spill that, because that would be a complete natural disaster. Let's try this a little bit. This would help with my dryer roast. But no, I've never seen the White Barn Resale, so I'll have to look. So I do find some cool stuff at Habitat for Humanity sometimes. I tell people, when you're out shopping like that, dig. I always dig. I always look through everything. should plug my hot glue gun in. Alright, so we're going to get, I want to do gold rub and buff. You all know I love my gold leaf, but some things have to have rub and buff, and I need to find paint stick, or glue sticks, sorry. Oh boy. If you tell me I'm out of glue right now, I might cry. I didn't go nowhere. Don't play Marco Polo on me. Glue sticks, glue sticks. How do I not have glue sticks? There they are. Have you ever looked at Miscellaneous? I love that place. So, I never get a chance to go there. I've been there a couple times, and it's been a long time since I've been there. I have them on my Facebook. I've seen a few pieces there I really like. It would be scheduling somebody to go get it for me with a truck, which my friend Cheryl, her husband, would absolutely do. They are still around. I absolutely love that place. I don't think I was trying to get this little silver hoop out of here, but I don't think it's going to happen. See how it's got that little backing to hang it on without breaking it. So, all right, we're going to rub and buff this. Steve, yes. Oh, I forgot Steve's got it. Steve Wood, see? Oh, how did I not think of that? So we're gonna do the rub and buff along the edges of this. Like I said, this has got all that detail that we want to bring out. I use my hands, guys. I'll use a brush in those stripes, but this is the best way I know how. First time I ever saw anybody use it, and I've been doing it this way ever since. And I'm obsessed with it. And we're going to use some rub and buff on these angels when we put them down. And guys, too much, too little, there's no such thing. You do you. You do what you like. That's what I say. I want to add pops of color, so I'm going to stick it in there in some areas. And I love these older, these trays are harder to come about these days. It's like they get snatched up. They used to be at Goodwill's everywhere out here. I used to find them left and right. And then, I don't know if word got out, but it is in Painesville Township. And it's huge. It's huge. And I noticed they have some of these silver trays too, which was another reason I've been wanting to go, and I keep forgetting about them. And there's upstairs, downstairs, this area, that area. It's like you could be in there. I could be in there for hours. I think some of their stuff can be a little pricey, but depending on what you want, and y'all know I'll work with anything, so I can look at the silliest things and be like, I can make something out of that. I think it's driving my husband crazy at this point. But then my husband looks at some things and says, so you could do this, that, or this with that. I'm going, it's okay. You don't need to. If he starts going shopping for me all, he ever starts going to Goodwill, send help. I love him to death, but oh man, some of the stuff he comes up with, I'm like, no. I have to get him to start crafting. We'll give him a segment. He won't even come on and say hello. I'm like, the girls want to say hi. Nope. He stands at that door over there to say goodnight. And he does it very quietly. So I'm just going to put a little bit along the edge here, and then I'll show you how this is all starting to come together. And we'll go get you some stuff. So Jenny, if she's still on here, she says she's going to Goodwill and she's going to pick out something for me. My manager, Jenny. And she's going to pick something out for me, and she's going to challenge me to make something out of whatever she grabs. I told her I'd do it. Y'all, I'm scared. I said, just make sure it's workable. My friend Cheryl finds me stuff all the time, though. But she knows what I like to work with. All right. We see the gold. How that rub and buff just kind of brings out the detail. It is a cool idea. So I guess it would be good training for like events where they send you, you know, the mystery boxes, and you get to open it on a live and figure out you got 1 hour. This is what you're using. Make something with it. Now that is the kind of event that would scare me. Thank you, both Kathys. All right. It would be good practice, right? So we're going to use a ton of E6000. So I'm going to bring out my big tube. And we're going to use some hot glue just to kind of get this stuck on here. And then we're going to accent those black stripes with some gold. And I'm going to go around the edge of that paper with some gold too, just to blend it in. So I want all the edges of this to have the E6000 on it. I want that strong hold. So this, because this is, I mean, it's not super heavy. It's probably as heavy as this tray. So we're going to have this set overnight to dry. I mean, this tray isn't going to hang, but you can put it in a frame stand, you know, and stick it on your table in a corner. I wouldn't recommend hanging it on the wall because it is a heavy piece. And I don't know that you'll get anything on the back of this tray to let it hang on the wall. You could try. We're going to put a bunch of hot glue right in the center. And I'm not going to say it out loud until after we get this hot glued on there. Gonna hold that there. Did you paint the original tray? I missed the first part of the segment. I did not. I left the tray its natural color, except for underneath we did put the slick stick, and that'd be pretty right there too. I need to get this in my lap to look at it. I'm sorry, guys. I did do the slick stick underneath the decoupage paper and then white paint, just so you can see the decoupage paper, otherwise it won't show through. This is already stuck with the hot glue, guys, so I'm gonna hold, even though it's kind of got a stick, it's a hot piece, or a hot piece. It is a heavy piece. So see how we got that in there? And now I'm kind of thinking, I might be changing my mind here. So I have these totally dazzled pieces. No, we're still gonna go with that. I don't know, what do you think? Let's bring you down so you can see. I don't want to hold this up too much. So we can put this right here, or we put that right at the top. I'm looking at the wrong angle. At the top of the tray. What do you guys think? I think it blends in too much there. Stick it right there. Can you guys can you see that all right? I'm thinking I want to put it right between the angels. I think that's where we're putting it. Between the angels, yes, yes, yes. I think that's what I like too. So we're gonna get the B7000. Gonna do some of that, and we're gonna do hot glue. See, can you see my hand shaking now? Anytime I grip something, my hands shake. Oh, that glue's hot. It's going to be a kind of a weird angle because of the way this angel is angled in. So the angel's sitting on here straight, but when you look at it from different angles, because the way they're holding that, it almost looks off, but it's on here straight. But I do have these other, a totally dazzled piece we can stick right in there. I have all these, I was originally going to use this. Pearls. My little scissors. Those pearls would have looked super pretty on there too. Now, what if we put, now I'm just playing, guys. All right, let's get the gold in here. I lose my rub and buff. There it is. So what I want to do is take some of this rub and buff, and we're going to stick it in this black. What is the difference between E7000? So E7000 sticks, it bonds quicker. It's great for gems. And if you look at, so mine's gunked up, but the B7000 has this That's oozing out. Perfect tip on it. Like it's just a tiny little tip that's perfect for, and it comes that way. So you know how E6000 has that big wide tip and it gets all gunky and hard and you gotta play with it. I think this is too big. I need a finer brush. So it bonds faster and it's perfect for like gems and so forth because you can get a finer line with it. Because even these little tubes of E6000, I have all sizes, it's still got that big in it. So these are perfect for like little gems and stuff. I love using the B7000 for that. It's just, I like that it's thicker and it dries faster. So I'm using a super tiny fine tipped brush and we're gonna come up this black on both sides with this same gold rub and buff that we use on the edges of the tray. We're gonna line the black of this with that, and then we're gonna go along the edges of the paper with the rub and buff as well and blend it in. I was gonna put a gem trim on it, but I want to keep it not so blingy. If that made any sense to you, Kathy. I'm not always great at, I know what my brain's thinking. It doesn't come out the same way. How many of you on here watch Yellowstone? That's what I want to know, because I have not jumped on the Yellowstone bandwagon yet, and I'm thinking of doing it because I need to find a new show. I hear everybody talking about it. There's all these memes all over the place on it, and TikTok. I know, that's how I feel. And I'm like, I must be missing something really good because you haven't either. Well, all right. I was hoping to get some insight. I kind of got the basic idea by just some of the TikToks I've seen, but as tired as I've been lately, though, I probably take me years just to watch all the seasons. We're almost there, guys. Thank you for holding on with me tonight. I appreciate it. Hi, my other Ashley's on here. How are you, beautiful? It does, huh? Can you guys see these stripes we're just throwing on here? I don't watch TV. Aw. I can't sleep without one on, so I can't say I always pay attention to it because I crash. But it's got to be like that background noise, and that's why I said it would probably take me years to watch a series. Because any more these days, as soon as my head hits that pillow and the TV's on, I'm out. And that's really the only time I watch it anymore. I'm always either at work in here or, you know, watching other crafters. So that's what I seem to be doing. Hi, Bella. Thank you. even see you pop in. Sorry, girl. All right. So now we're just going to go along the edge of that decoupage paper. I was going to put a trim on there, but I don't think I want to do the trim. So what we did is we just put I'm trying to get some of this glue out of here. My late soulmate was that way too. I play white nose on my phone while you're sleeping. Gotcha. It doesn't work for me. So I was going to put like a old pearl trim, but it's kind of tricky to work with. Let's see what I got here. Let me check something real quick before I go ahead and put this gold rubbing buff on it. I know I got it. Guys, I have, Bye, Ginny. Thank you for being on, darling. Are you going on tonight? Do I have to catch you? Okay, guys, I got two options here. You tell me what you want. If not, then I'm just going to do this gold rub and buff along the edges. But I'm thinking this is going to match the gold rub and buff, and it's going to match that jewel that's right on top. Can you guys see that? Or I have, this is me being blind, guys. I see nothing. There we go. I have this one, which we can cut down, and I can do one thin strip. And this is gonna match the gem that's right on top. Like that little mirror. And I can just do one thin, we can cut it, and I can do one thin strip going all the way around. Or I have this one's bigger. This one's definitely a lot blingier. This might be too much. That might be too much. I don't think I like that. There's that one. It's beautiful, but I'm thinking it's not for this piece. That's too much going on. So do we want the gem strip around? I'll cut it down to just one piece. Or do we do the gold rub and buff along the edges? So I'm just talking about the edge of this paper. I'm trying to hold the angel up because it's heavy and I don't want it to fall. It's not 100% secure yet. All right, well, let's see. I'm gonna cut a little piece and see what I think, and we'll go from there. Both. Both is not gonna win. Let's see how I feel about this. I'm thinking I just want to rub and buff it, but we're gonna rub and buff. And I'm actually just gonna take my finger and do it. I do and I don't, though. I kind of like it. Guys, I got rub and buff all over my... I forgot I squeezed a bunch out on my table. Only because it's a little uneven up top, so it won't be an even string. So, actually I'm going to use a fat brush and paint it on. Fat Fluffy. kind of blended in there. And if I decide I want to do the gold trim afterwards, I can always add it on there. Oh, I hope you can't hear my belly growling. That would be embarrassing. Trying to get right above these angels. Thank you for hearts, guys. We're just about there. And again, I was going with a totally different project and decided this is what we were doing. And I'll rub this out some more, but you guys kind of get the gist of it. So let's get a little bit onto the angels here. Give them a little bit of gold. Bring out some of their detail. Highlight their hair. I love highlighting their hair. And it just ties it all in. Always do the feathers, guys. Y'all still with me here? Get quiet. All right. All right, guys, I think I'll play with a little rub and buff here and there, and I don't know, we'll think about the gold trim maybe, adding that. All right, I'm gonna carefully pick this up, because like I said, that angel is very heavy, and I want it to set up, so I'm gonna carefully give you a better feel of what this is without tilting it all the way. Do we like? Thank you, Kathy. I have several Kathys on here. I kind of love it. Do we put something up here? What do we think? too much. I think I like it just with them holding one. I thought about sticking this right in the middle of the mirror. So I have this one. We'll play. Hi, Britt. How are you? So yes, I love the stripes. I love that we kept a lot of the tray, that original color. See, it's like dark, and I didn't want to shine it up. I could have. You could take wax and grease remover or paint thinner, I guess. That's how my husband does it for me sometimes. Yeah, I like it though. I like it too. Oh, I kind of like the one in the mirror. I kind of do. I don't know. We'll play with it. I like that. And it looks off. She's on there centered, but it's the way they're holding that little, this actually has like a little bowl in it. So it's got a little scoop. So it gives you kind of that angel centered perfectly. I may have to stick something behind this mirror because it's at a little angle. So before that E7 or B7000 sets up, which it may have already set up, honestly, I may have to stick something behind it, but I love it. So like I said, you can stick this in one of those, you get them at Hobby Lobby. You can't use like the Dollar Tree ones. One of those art frame, picture stands. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Hi, Mama. I'm not getting live notifications for some reason, so sorry. Go to the top 3 right buttons at the top of the screen while you're on this live, and it'll say, notify me when this person goes live. What I learned was a trick is also, if you add me to your favorites, it'll always notify you when I'm live. It's a Facebook thing. I don't know why. I can't tell from here, but it may be because of the video. So for whatever reason, every time they do an update, I don't know. I'm not the only one that gets it. I've been hearing a lot of other people saying it on other people's lives too, that they're not getting notifications. So you're not the only one. I get it from a couple of my other followers that they're not getting the notifications either. So somehow I got some kind of funk right there. I don't know where that just came from. So this is it. And then tomorrow we will work on, good, I'm glad. And then you got to sometimes make sure you're still following too, because we don't know why that happens, but people get booted off and they come back on here and go, I don't know why, but I wasn't following you. So this is tonight's project. Tomorrow we're going to finish that big old Santa. So that big Santa in the corner. I'll be back on same time, same place, 6:30. And tomorrow is blessing bag giveaway. So feel free to jump on. And as long as you're commenting and I scroll back and forth towards the end of the live, I will pick you and you get a blessing bag. Thank you guys for jumping on. Again, thank you for those of you that are sprinkling me out. I am, as of before I got on this live, only 24 away from hitting 1,500, which was kind of my goal for the end of the year. And I'm almost there. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for always supporting me and jumping on here and doing all the things you got to do. So I hope to see you all tomorrow evening. Like I said, same time, same place. Thank you, Bella. I appreciate it. You guys have a beautiful evening, and I hope to see you all back here tomorrow night. Bye-bye.